Reuben, if we're not going to continue talking about this into infinitum, we actually want some solutions. What are your actionable solutions? You talk about growing the economy. It's quite a statement to make. How do you do that?
So at Free SA, we are really advocating for simple and quick solutions, and it's not a silver bullet to solve all the problems, but it would go a long way in putting and charting a course for long-term sustainable economic growth. The first of these four is trimming the bloated public service by building a capable state and not a patronage machine for a privileged few. Now, let me unpack that a bit. In the last 10 years, we've spent over 520 billion rand in state-owned enterprises bailouts, and we've not really seen any better outcomes, any improvements in the state-owned enterprises in our country. And those funds could have rather been better invested in the economy, in improving infrastructure development. And furthermore, at Free SA, we also submitted a proposal to the president at the start of the year that advocated for a reduction in cabinet. We see that we have 78 cabinet executive member positions in our government, but there's a lot of overlapping functions, and departments that can be consolidated, and if you do that consolidation from 78 members to 30 members, you would ensure a more efficient public service, and you would also trim
forgive me, Reuben, forgive me, you're not incorrect. You're not incorrect in the numbers you're giving me. I'm not understanding how that creates jobs, though. I'm not taking away from your point. I'm just trying to understand, how does any of what you just explained to me create more jobs? It's cost cutting, which many people will agree with, so would I, but where does the jobs come in for ordinary South Africans, Reuben? Forgive me.
So, Gareth, that's just like I mentioned, one of the four pillars that can ensure job creation. Like I said, cost cutting to invest in infrastructure. And that's the second point, unblocking infrastructure development by ensuring private-public partnerships without the regulatory red tape, because our infrastructure really is broken in our country and we need to fix that. But the government doesn't have the funds to do that. And that's where the cost cutting element comes in first and foremost. And then secondly, through public-private partnerships to enable the private sector to assist in rebuilding our infrastructure, which in turn creates furthermore jobs, especially low-income jobs for South Africans. And then the third pillar of this is privatizing our railways and harbors, which are economic veins of the country, and finally removing over-regulation that blocks young entrepreneurs from accessing the economy.